Hello and welcome. I'm Maria Luziara. I'm a health and wellness coach, transformation coach, nutritionist, and mother and whatnot. But most importantly, I'm a student of life, and I had to learn a couple things in my life the really hard way, but I don't want anybody else to learn it that way. So I'm just elaborating my brain and giving you some things in your hands that, I overcame or I learned. So I want to talk about creating a system in your life that makes you achieve your goals on autopilot. Okay, so I know that is a bold statement, and maybe I should elaborate a little bit on what that even means. So I love a good system. I love a good system because I love polarity, okay? Everything in existence has its own polarity, okay? Everything that exists has its like masculine force, feminine force, whatever you want to call it, yin and yang. There is something contained by the container, okay? So, but more than loving a good structure, I love to be in flow, or just what I like to call like the enjoyment of life, or just making love to life itself, because then life makes love to you back. So because I want to stay in the flow most of my time, I create systems that I can forget. Okay, and when you have a system or a structure that you can forget, that is the best kind of structure, okay? Because you don't want to have a structure to just, or you don't want to make a plan, for example, in your calendar, your schedule. I don't know, how's that called? Like you pull up your calendar and you don't want to just think about the things that you want to do constantly, okay? You set up that calendar and it just happens, okay? And the best thing is if you can forget about these things and just be them, okay? So what does that mean? So we have that structure and that flow in life, and it is very valuable to know the game of life in a way. And there's just like a book recommendation popping up in my head. So if you read that, I don't know, but I love that book, so I'm just gonna say it. It's called The Game of Life and How to Play It. And I actually forgot the author, but it's like from year 1926, something like that. So like the mid-20s, I believe. And I was just intrigued by the title, and then I just got it. And it is a nice read, so if you're interested in reading that, whatever. So it is very valuable to know certain rules in life, to know like certain structures actually that are just set up in life, okay? And you can say that, like you make your life, it's everything you make, okay? But there is a white to the black, okay? There is the polarity. Whatever you want to do, there is the polarity, okay? So if you want to enjoy anything, and I hope that you strive for enjoyment in your life, you have to have a good structure, okay? And I know that only being in that structure phase, or that structure part of life, that is a little stiff, okay? That is a little hard, and maybe not the best place to be in for the longest time, but you have to go there, certainly, to be able to effortlessly enjoy life without making it weird, okay? Without being so in your, you could say, in your feminine or in your yin, that you just become like an addict, or I don't know, you don't care about life anymore and just enjoy. I don't know, I don't have words for that, but so it is valuable to know the rules of life, okay? Know the game of life and know how to play it well, and read that book if you want. So, and it is very juicy to be able to play with them when you know how the game is played correctly, okay? Because whatever you want to do, you have to know these parts, okay? So I think I talked about that a little bit. So I like that metaphor, I don't know, when I talk about, or not talk, but when I think about my my things that are just like lingering in my mind and working in here, I always have these car metaphors. I don't know why, but I don't know. So when you are driving on a road, okay, you're on a driveway to somewhere, I don't know where, and you see like a red traffic light, like 200 meters in front of you, there is a red traffic light, okay? What do? You just slowly, I don't know, I don't have an automatic car. I know many people does, but I don't. So you pull out the, I don't know how it's called in English, gosh, but you get slower, okay? You do the things that you have to do when you see that red light, because what do you want to do? You stop. And you probably don't question, like, why is that traffic light right here? Shouldn't it be like 10 meters away? Shouldn't it like be green right now, and the other person should have it like red? I don't know, like you don't come up with weird questions, okay? It's even hard for me to come up with these questions because this is nothing that is popping up in your head. Why? Because when you embodied that structure, being in a car and driving your car, what do you probably do? You enjoy the car ride, or you have some radio or music on, you sing to it, you chat with other people in your car, you drink some water, I don't know what you do, but you don't question like the driveway, okay? And if you do, I don't know why, but you probably don't do that. So this is the exact kind of structure that you have to set up in your life, in some area in your life, okay? And you can redo that so that you optimize each area in your life, okay? But you probably have one focus right now that you kind of want to play with or jingle with and make it a little more juicy, okay? And enjoy it a little bit more, because how do you enjoy things the most? Like when you have that structure, when you have it set up, and when you are able to forget it, okay? When you don't overcomplicate it, when you don't go into this analysis paralysis, okay? We want to flow in life. I want to have things easy. I want to be juicy. I want to enjoy the gift of being alive, okay? And by wanting that, or by doing that, I also need everything in my life to be set in order in a certain way so that I am able to enjoy these things, okay? So when I just don't pay my rent and just don't eat and just linger around doing whatnot, so this doesn't make sense, okay? We want to intentionally flow through life and not just like be a wicked addict or something. So yes, so being in intentional flow is what I call being on autopilot, okay? Because what is being on autopilot really? Okay, when you think about these pilots that are on autopilot, or like people often use that term in a negative way, I think, or like with negative connotation, like don't just live your life on autopilot and just like know where you're going and just go there intentionally. Yeah, sure, I am going there intentionally, but I am going there on autopilot because I am able, like I have the luxury of going there on autopilot because the machine in which I'm sitting knows where it's going, okay? And by that machine, I mean like my body, okay? And my circumstances that I set up in life. And yeah, these circumstances just are a reflection of what I am and what I think and what I do on the daily basis. So get your machine right, like set up in the right direction, and then just go there. Forget about moving your feet constantly, okay? When you take a walk, or when you're on a walk, you don't think about like left feet, right feet, okay? Now I'm probably moving my hand around. You don't think like this, okay? You just enjoy the birds and the bees and the trees surrounding you on that walk, or whatever you walk at. Maybe you're doing the city walk, I don't care, but you know what I mean? Like, get your, like, being on autopilot doesn't have to be something negative, okay? You just have to know where you're going, okay? Because at the end of the day, you want to sign the contract in a way in your life, like where you're going. You don't want to wake up at 40 or 30 or 50 or 60 or whatnot age and just like wake up and be someone, and you don't really know how you've been here, like how you've been going here, and how life happened to you, okay? You are the indicator, like you are the protagonist of your life, okay? So we don't want to make it too philosophical because I like it practical. So we want to stay in flow and take in, enjoy life, okay? So, but how do you really do that? And I have like 5 steps for you that I just like pulled out of my brain, because I think that is the way, like how I am really doing it, because I have like a million documents in a way, yeah? Like I love Google, okay? So I have like these docs or these documents, whatever. I write down stuff, and this is like a 5-step thing that I do. Not intentional anymore, but it started somewhere, okay? So who are you and where are you going, okay? You want to make sure, like, you want to accept where you are. Don't accept who you are, but accept where you are, and look at the person who brought you there, okay? You want to maybe disassociate a little bit from yourself, because you want to see yourself from the third person, okay? I think if you'd if you have problems, or if you have certain things in your life that you want to change, or like just twist around a little bit, and you tell them other people, or other people tell them you'd have the best advice, okay? And when you do that to yourself, you are a little weak with your advice. At least it has been a process for me to be like really I'm sorry. Really not just honest, but being strong with myself, okay? So like, what are you constantly doing that is just not taking you anywhere? But don't just focus on the bad habits that you might have, because who cares, okay? Where do you want to go, and who brought you there? Who are you being right now, okay? It's not bad to be wherever you are right now. And if you're constantly making like not the best choices for where you actually want to go, okay, fine, but now we are, okay? Now we're going to change something. So who brought you there, and where are you going? So just to be really, how do you say that? Being honest with yourself and accepting certain ways of your life that you just have lived like this, and certain parts of yourself that maybe are not that pretty, but they had to come out for certain reasons in your life, okay? But day one day or day one, okay? So what is step 2? I'm asking myself, what is serving me right now and for future potential, okay? So what am I doing right for where I want to go, okay? Wherever you are right now, so you have to see the vision for yourself. Where do I want to go? Where do I want to end up? And what is currently serving me to be there in the future, okay? What serves you right now? Because you probably are doing something good, okay? You're not just messing up your life, okay? So what is good right now, and what would also be amazing and feel good in the future, okay? So what would have potential to take in life, okay? And these, when I talk about these steps right now, I really like break it down, like to a very it's not abstract, but it's I want to make it really simple right now, okay? But you can go as deep as you want. You could journal it down. You can talk to yourself. You can record yourself doing that. You can, I don't know, make a dance out of it, but have some certain kind of practice that you do, okay? To just reprogram your mind and also like get to know yourself. Sometimes you think about yourself and like what you want to do, what is serving you, what is not serving you. I don't know. You just like thinking about these things and then you just go on living your miserable life. Okay, so we want to have it better. So get in with your blood and sweat. Okay, this is the most amazing thing that you can create. Okay, and that's your life. So what is serving you right now, and what would be so extravagant and nice as the future potential that you could also take in your life right now. And okay, I haven't included that, but that is like logical. Like what does not serve you right now? And don't make up a list of like multiple things. Okay, we're doing that differently. I'm going to talk okay, what am I able to sacrifice? Okay, what do you want to sacrifice for having that life? Because I believe, and I know that can be a limiting belief, I don't know what, but what you like, when you give something, you take something. When you get something, you give something away. So in life, there is always that exchange. It's always that polarity. Okay, so when I want something, I sacrifice something. And the nicest thing about sacrificing something in yourself is that it never belonged here to begin with. Okay, it never did anything to really make you have like a better life or that really serves you. Okay, it's not here to last. It's not here. Whatever you sacrifice is never meant to make you happy. Okay, so don't sacrifice like weird things. I get on my knees and I say out loud what I want, and I ask the great creator, universe, like source energy, I don't know what you want to call it, but I get on my knees and I ask like, what do you want me to sacrifice? And like in a split second, there is the answer. And I'm sure that you already know the answer. And when you do that, it can become so easy. So whatever, that was like step 2.1. Okay, like find something to sacrifice. Okay, so step 3 is to create, like this is the most juicy part for myself because I love structure. I love flow more than I love structure, but I love it. Okay, so I create a plan. Okay, now we step into this yang energy, like that masculine energy, real good. Okay, I create a week plan and then I create a day plan. But beforehand, you could, if you're like in the mood or you want to make it like real nice, you can create that persona. That actually is something for another topic, but just make sure to have a plan. Okay, so what served you good and what didn't serve you at all, and so you know where you're going and you know like who brought you where you are currently in the now. So you have to, so you kind of get a glimpse of who would bring you in that next era. Okay, so create a week around that. Like do your schedule, and for example, I always have like this is just about food right now. Okay, so I know that at 6 o'clock I'm eating, and I'm flexible, but like regularly on the daily basis, like this is when we're eating with our family. Okay, 6 o'clock, and I have like on Sunday evening, Monday, I don't know, I'm flexible in this because I embodied it, and I like whatever. This is just something that I like unconsciously do every week, so I don't have to remind myself anymore. But So I do a like a not a meal plan, but I just know what I'm cooking on each day. Okay, I'm checking the weather. I know I check like what are our activities that week. What are we doing? How much are we like out of the house or in the house? Like, and then I just curate a little meal that we want to have for that evening, and I make a list like, okay, what do I have to buy? It's also nice for the budget. Okay, so you are just like more intentionally and more focused in your everyday being. So for example, that is just like 1 hour, 1.5 hours in my day, okay? But have these things scheduled. Why do we have technology, okay? It's here to be used for the benefit of you, okay? So I create this on my Google Calendar. You can have whatever kind of calendar you want, even if you're having that on a paper thing, but I love it on my phone. So what do I want to say? Yeah, I have these things set up, and if I'm in a new era, I change up things, okay? But I have these things set up, and then the calendar just reminds you, okay? Technology is here to be used. Don't be afraid of it. I was afraid of it the longest. So yeah, get a plan, make a week plan, make a day plan. Like in German we say like you didn't fall on your head, okay? You are a smart woman. Like just go ahead and do it, okay? So step 4 is to make it happen and get addicted to the feeling, okay? Get addicted to it, okay? Always when somebody is saying like they want to go to the gym or they want to lose a couple pounds, okay, and I always like, if they ask me for some kind of advice, I say like, get addicted. Like take 2 weeks, get to the gym, make it a part of you, that like if somebody's taking your blood, they see like, this is a gym girl, okay? So like make it become a part of you, okay? When somebody thinks about at least your nearest circle, when they think about your name, they have that other, I don't know, that hobby or whatever you want to be or do, or if you want to be rich or beautiful or famous or a loving wife, I don't care, but they have to associate that with you, okay? That much. Get addicted to it and let it go, okay? Because it became a part of you. You don't have to think about it anymore. At least for me, when I like restarted my I'm getting fit again journey after my pregnancy, where I want to say grew a couple pounds. So I don't know how to say that anymore. I weighed like 45 kilos more than what I started my pregnancy with, and that was a lot of weight that I like had to get rid of. Okay, so when I restarted that journey, because I've always been like a fit woman, I've never been like, I always had like a good figure by nature, because I was blessed with my genetics, but like that was a different circumstance. So I had to get rid of it, and it was hard in the beginning because my body was just completely different, and I don't know. But I just got addicted to it. Okay, it took me 2 weeks actually to just, like, not every day, but I feel like 4 to 5 times a week I have been going to the gym in the morning. And yeah, I just missed it when I haven't had the opportunity to go, because it, like, just get a little juicy with it, okay? Make it a good hobby. This is not something that you do to torture yourself, okay? This is something that you do to make yourself be a better person, okay? Because you see the end result, you see the vision, okay? So, and yeah, the most important part is to let it go and forget about it. And that is the step where you kind of close the circle, because you're accepting where you are, you're creating the structure, And no, you know where you're going. You're creating the structure. You become the structure. And what do? Then you forget about the structure because it is you already. Okay? And yes, and I said like step 5 would be like repeat for a new era, okay? Because keep in mind that you cannot do all these things in like every area of your life, okay? If you'd say, okay, I know where I am today. I am broke. I gained 20 pounds. I don't have the best relationship with my partner anymore. I don't know. You have like a couple things open that you want to, sorry, that light is weird, that you want to work on. Okay, fine, but do the most valuable thing for you right now, okay? What would serve you the most right now? Okay, I hope that was kind of, I know that is helpful if you apply it, if you use it, okay? I apply that thing like pretty much not every time, like all the time, I want to say, but like I don't have like a schedule with it, but every time something is popping up in my life that I kind of want to work on, or I see like a better thing for myself, I do it, okay? Because I haven't ended this journey. I'm still alive, okay? So have a beautiful day and I wish you the best. Bye bye.